Yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. The intention of this video is to speak about the international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. So this topic of today is specifically going to be about the collision regulations key point. So whenever you guys are preparing for your orals, these are the key points that we must be focusing on. So I'll just quickly run through them, and in the upcoming videos we will learn more about the collision regulations, especially the important ones like rule number 2, rule number 10, rule number 19, and so on. Basically all the rules that mostly the surveyors are focusing on. Okay guys, let's get started for the collision regulations key point. So to start with, here are some COLREGS key points. Vessels which show no indication of their size. So whenever you guys are answering in the orals, the survey is always looking for stuff like vessel 50 meters or more, or less than 100 meters, and stuff like that, where people get confused. So these are the vessels which do not show any indication. Which are those? Fishing vessels, sailing vessels, pilot vessel, a vessel not under command, and a vessel being towed. I'll come to this in detail. If you guys have any doubts, you can just comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. So as you can see, the above vessels do not show any indication of the size. Moving on. Vessels underway and probably making way. What is the difference? When you answer, guys, anything that is not made fast or connected to a buoy or anchored or not made fast to a berth, we probably name them as a vessel is underway. And making way, definitely when the vessel is under propulsion. So a power driven vessel, okay, like just take the example of your own vessel. Whenever you guys are stopped for a pilot, for picking up a pilot, we still say this is a power driven vessel, okay, and we just say she is stopped, but she is still underway and not making way through water. Do you display any other lights? No, we don't. Yeah, a vessel which is propelled by the machinery is a power driven vessel. However, whenever we are stopped for the pilotage, we still are a power driven vessel, but at the moment we are not making way, so we are still underway. What about the towing vessel? Can you say whether she is making way or not making way with the lights that she is displaying? No. Pilot vessel, she'll still have the same pilot vessel lights, right? A sailing vessel, okay, vessel constrained by draft, a mine clearance vessel, a wing in ground craft, and a seaplane. So basically, for all these type of vessels, you would still use the word underway and probably making way, because you do not know whether they are making way or not. So while answering in the orals for these particular type of vessels, use the words underway and probably making way, as you are not sure whether we are making way or not. Moving on next, vessels which switch off something when they are stopped and still underway, okay, like the fishing vessel, she will switch off her side lights. A fishing trawler, a vessel not under command, restricted in ability to maneuver except the mine clearance vessel and the towing vessel. So remember guys, these vessels definitely switch off something when they are stopped, okay. Now you would say, what about a normal power driven vessel? Like again, take the example of your own ship. When you guys are stopped, do you switch off anything? No. That's why a normal power driven vessel is not included in this. A fishing vessel will switch off her side lights, a fishing trawler will switch off the side lights, a not under command will switch off the side lights. A vessel restricted in ability to maneuver except MCVs will switch off their side lights. Okay, moving on next. Vessels which do not show anchor lights. A fishing vessel won't show you any anchor light, a trawler won't show you any anchor light, and a dredger won't show you an anchor light. Okay, so it is as simple as it is mentioned here. What lights does a restricted inability to maneuver show at anchor? A very typical famous question by the surveyors. Okay, red, white, red is the light for a normal vessel restricted inability to maneuver, plus the normal anchor lights that would be displayed by a normal vessel. So yeah, these are the lights for a vessel restricted in ability to maneuver but at anchor. Moving on next. What lights a ram switches off when she is stopped? Again, except the mine clearance vessel and the towing vessels, all the ram vessels switch off the masthead, side lights and the stern lights. This is very important, guys. Please make a note of this. Okay. Again, lights for a trawler when stopped or at anchor. What does a trawler do when she is stopped or at anchor? As you know, the lights for the trawler vessel are going to be the same as they would normally display, but she would switch off the side lights and the stern light. What do you mean by the ID light over here? It means the identification light, yeah, and the masthead light, if any. That means the masthead light would be there if she is over 50 meters. Yeah, so just go through these, guys, and this is going to help with. This is a placard that I have made. You can take a screenshot if you like, and you can comment below. I could also attach some scans if you guys wish to. Okay, moving on next. Vessels which show one masthead light when they are even more than 50 meters. A trawler and a towing vessel. Okay, for a vessel over 50 meters, a trawler and a towing vessel would display one masthead light. Vessels which show no masthead lights. A fishing vessel, a not under command, a sailing vessel, a pilot vessel, and a vessel being towed. So again, as simple as it is mentioned here. Does a vessel aground over 100 meters show any deck illumination? Negative. No. So guys, you would say, what questions are these? These are the typical questions that the surveyor is going through in the orals. Okay, so I've just compiled few of them to make things easy. Moving on. What fog signal does a fishing trawler and a vessel that is restricted in ability to maneuver sound when she is at anchor? Be very careful, guys. This is a question, a failing question probably. A fishing vessel, trawler and a ram vessel, what do they sound when they are at anchor? No anchor sounds, but one prolonged followed by two short, which is the delta. Okay, again a very good typical failing question. What lights and day signals does a dredger show at anchor? No anchor lights, no black balls to be displayed, but just switches off their masthead lights, side lights and the stern lights. That means only the identification light is going to be on. Okay. What lights and shapes does a vessel show when towing alongside? That means there are two vessels which are being towed or pushed side to side. No towing lights, no diamonds. Okay. Fog signal for a vessel which is at anchor aground are based on what? 50 meters or 100 meters? They're only based on the 100 meter criteria. Do fishing vessels and trawlers and dredgers and vessel on ground show any anchor balls? No. Again, guys, a very typical failing question. Be very careful. As you know, in the orals, once you've answered something, that is it. You can't take back your words. Moving on next. Can a sailing vessel and a vessel less than 20 meters in length use a separation zone? No. Where can you find this? Again, refer to your COLREGS, a very handy book. Again, guys, a Seaman's Guide, a pocket book for international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. Yeah, everything that you need is in this small book. What are the examples of the restricted in ability to maneuver vessels? How do you remember them? Just remember them with this small statement that I use. People don't care about meaningless things. P, pipeline. D, dredging. C for cable laying. A for aircraft launching. M for mine clearance vessel. And T for towing vessels. Guys, this is the best way that I have found that you can use for remembering things. Make some small taggy lines which would help you in your orals if at all you forget things. I know it's going to be a tedious job, but this is what we are preparing you for the orals. Okay, moving on next. So guys, that was about the part 1 of the COLREGS key points. In the upcoming video we still go further. I will make a part 2 and continue with the ROR. As you can see, the MFP, what I mean is the most favorite points where the surveyor fails you on. So we'll continue the video guys in the next part. I have a couple of more questions to discuss. So if you guys enjoy this video and you find this is helpful, do let me know. If you find this is rubbish, I'll take some other topic. But guys, do let me know so that I exactly know what you guys think. Okay, so these are some of the things that we will come up on when we do our next video. Okay, thank you guys, stay tuned.